Welcome to the CEO of Destiny podcast, where you will find the tools to fulfill the purpose of your generation and wildly succeed in the marketplace. And now your host, Andre J. Benjamin.
Greetings. Welcome to the CEO of Destiny show. I am your host, Andre J. Benjamin, and I am delighted, excited to have our guest, Mr. Stephen Cravotta, and he is an app developer. He is a marketing expert. He is someone who loves to, because he's self-taught, he loves to solve real-world problems and add value to people's lives. And it seems that he really has an infatuation with gamification. So we'll dig into that in a little bit. But welcome to the show, Stephen. How are you?
I'm doing great, Andre. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Absolutely. So we like to, the purpose of our show is to really help people to take hold of their own destiny. We believe that every person is a chief executive officer of their destiny, and that they're giving a report back to their creator. They're cultivating their gift. They're developing and stewarding the opportunities that are before them. They're both taking the opportunities that are presented, and they're also making opportunities with their gift set. So can you tell us a little bit about your origin story? I'm a Marvel guy and I like comic books. So, tell us a little bit about your origin story, because you're young. So we want to hear what Mr. Young Stephen was engaged in his earlier years.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to say you hit it right on the head there. We're 100% aligned on what you just said, like taking bets on yourself, and believing in yourself. I actually have a painting right there. I don't know if you can see what it says, but it says bet on yourself. So that's kind of the motto that I live by. So I appreciate you for saying that. My origin story. I guess it goes back to, the very early days of my childhood. My dad was a salesman. So, I grew up around that environment, always, looking to sell something. I was going door to door trying to sell random stuff to my neighbors and stuff like that. So I was a born marketer for sure. I think I'm a web app and, serial entrepreneur. I think that when that really started for me was I watched this movie called The Social Network.
Yes.
If you've seen it, and
yes.
It's about Mark Zuckerberg creating Facebook and like building the whole platform, coding it from scratch. So, that I watched that movie and I was like, all right, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, I have to do this.
So I've heard quite a few people, especially as of late, who are making some moves in the tech space, talk about how that movie influenced them at a young age. Can you talk about what was stand out to you? Like, why did that hit you?
I mean, it's an incredible movie. Like the whole storyline, is Mark Zuckerberg is in college at the time, and he was just hacking away at stuff. And he kind of teamed up with his best friend, Eduardo, and they built like this crazy company. And I don't know, something about the way the movie was put together and the way it was portrayed was just incredibly motivating for me as a young entrepreneur. And right after I watched that movie, I went straight to YouTube. I went to Google and I learned how to build a website. And I kind of started there and, started putting paid ads on my website, promoting people's products on my websites, and started making a little bit of money. And then once I figured out I can make money on the internet and like not do a typical job, like that changed my whole world. And, I've been obsessed ever since then.
Wow. So how did you just go back to the film a little bit? Can you talk about where you saw yourself as far as to bet on yourself? So you saw that, Mark and Eduardo, they're in college and they're, tinkering with different things, but where do you see, you get what the point I'm saying is that sometimes you watch a film and you're like, man, when I looked at this, I said, that is difficult, but that's a difficulty I want to attack. I saw that and I said, well, why don't I try it? So just as you said, bet on yourself. What made you have the confidence to say, all right, let me go look online and figure out how to build websites. Forget this. This seems like a huge opportunity. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was really young. So I'm glad.
How old were you when you saw it?
Probably 12, 13.
Wow.
Maybe. I'm not sure what date the movie came out, but I was really young. So it was more of like a delusional confidence. I'm glad I saw it that young, because if I saw it today and, didn't have, any of my I was just starting now as an entrepreneur and saw that movie, I'd be like, come on, that's unachievable. Like I can't build the next Facebook. But as a 12, 13-year-old kid, you're very impressionable. And it's, like I said, delusional confidence. So I was like, I'll build this today. Like let me just learn it. Let me figure out where to start. Like, it doesn't look that hard, right? And it looks cool. So,
and then that's well stated. What would you say drives you daily? Like, what gets you up daily?
Great question. A lot of things. I think I just like to build cool stuff. Like my latest project, Puff Count, it's an app that helps people quit vaping, and it's definitely the hardest project I've ever worked on. But what keeps me going is the comments that I get day in, day out of people that we've helped with Puff Count that have quit vaping after using our product and stuff like that. And
we're gonna get more to Puff Count. I want to hear, like, so it drives you because I know you talked about you love working with and solving real world problems. So, if for yourself, and then, when you you got online, you started to teach yourself some things, you start looking at these different sites, your YouTube, which is phenomenal to me because I used to do a lot of work in education. Now I do more with the educators, but when I was working directly with students, I was judging some of my students because I thought all YouTube was cat videos. This is some time ago. And I'm like, stop watching all those distracting, dumb videos. And they're like, no, Mr. Benjamin. They're like, you can learn. So they start pulling up and show me, they're like, you can learn anything on here. Look. And they start pulling up. And so I'm like, wow, I stand corrected. So you enrolled in YouTube University and you begin to do things and they started to work. So talk about that process of how you started to say, well, let me expound upon this skill set and add more on.
Oof. I mean, it's been years and years. I still learn on YouTube to this day. If I'm trying to learn anything, I go on YouTube. And you're right, it was YouTube University, but at the same time, I was going to school.
Yes.
And, I finished out college and did all this stuff at the same time. So, you really can, as an entrepreneur at any age, you can teach yourself how to do things. Like, just give yourself the time after class, on the weekends, whatever it may be, and go to YouTube and learn. But you can't just watch the videos, right? It's like, It's kind of like, you read a book on sales, but you've never like tried to make a sale on the phone. Like, you have no idea what the book is talking about, right? And it's the same way with YouTube videos. Like, sure, you can watch a video and like kind of learn this stuff, but you really learn by doing, right? So like, you have to put the skills you learn in YouTube into practice, and then continue learning, and you'll exponentially.
So what was your first web company then when you started and you started marketing? Was it websites that you said, hey, I'll do your website for you, or I'll be an affiliate, I'll put this on here and represent? What were you doing?
So I was really just building websites on my own. My first website, was like the simplest one ever, like hello world, right? You have like the hello world text in the top left corner. And from that progression, obviously, like I YouTube, like, all right, how do I make money now? How do I make money now with the website? And I came across this thing called Google AdSense. So what I started doing was building websites that had articles, like viral type articles, and then I'd promote those on social media, mainly Twitter. So it might be like, top 10 football teams, whatever, break it down and then put Google AdSense ads in there, promote it on Twitter, and then I'd get revenue that way. So that was kind of my first go with making money online. It was Google AdSense. And
so you dived into AdSense and started to see it take off because you looked at how much the SEO that it would naturally generate, and then you got the click-throughs from people you utilize. So you combine both Twitter and Google and YouTube too.
Exactly. And that showed me the power of social media too, right? Like, it was insane that I could send thousands of clicks through Twitter, like through social media. And that really opened my eyes up to social media marketing and that whole world. And if you can build, like, it was great because I was building the websites and I was marketing. So I was building and selling. And like that, if you have those two skills, you can do anything. And like, I still do it to this day, like build Puff Count, I market on TikTok. Like, it's those same two skills that I've carried with me throughout my life. But going back to the AdSense stuff, like, it was really cool to be making money with Google AdSense. But at the end of the day, and like, I did affiliate marketing, I promoted other people's products as well. But at the end of the day,
can you talk about what affiliate marketing is? I have people that sometimes it's their first journey. Can you say what that is when you say affiliate marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. So affiliate marketing is basically you get a percentage so you can promote another company's products And if you drive a sale for that company and their product, you get a percentage of that sale. So let's say you have a website about skiing. You can sell another company's ski goggles. You can like provide a link to their ski goggle website or whatever. And if you drive a sale through your traffic, you get a percentage. You'll get 10% of the ski goggles sale, whatever it may be. So I was doing that and Google AdSense. But I came to the conclusion that like, I didn't really have control over the customer journey of the products that I was promoting. Like it was cool to promote other people's products and like, sure, I was getting paid a little bit, but I thought it'd be way cooler to start making my own products. So that's kind of where the app development part came in. And I started building, just.
So pause on that then. So you're doing the affiliate marketing, and some people, I mean, they swear by it. They'll stay being affiliates for, they've been affiliates for 10, 20 years. There's people who have done that a lot. And what made you pivot to when you talked about, I don't like how I don't really have control over their journey? Why was that important to you? And then what makes you think, man, I'm about to try to build my own product. Forget this.
I'm not going to say I completely pivoted away. Like I was definitely still doing that throughout. Yes. I used it to kind of fund building my own products. But like, again, as a young kid, like I saw these people like building their own brands and promoting them on Twitter. And I was like, yo, that's cool. Like I wanted something to call my own, right? Like, sure, I'm a marketer, but I'm also a builder. You know what I mean? So like I had that like drive, like I need to have my own thing as well. And like, I don't know. I just wanted something to show people and be proud of.
I love it. So when you get to developing your first app, because that first was websites, right? So you started building websites, and did you enjoy that? Was that a process that you enjoyed?
Yeah, absolutely love it. Building websites for myself, one of my favorite things to do. Down the line, I started building websites for clients, which is tough. I don't enjoy that. I do not enjoy that
because they're so finicky, right? Is it just a challenge?
100%. It's never perfect, right? And no website will ever be perfect. But the client always has like, change this color, change the font text here. It's like, come on. But it's the hustle. But
so then you move so take us on your product journey. You start with with websites, you're doing it for yourself. You recognize that, hey, I can put stuff on here. I can promote other people's products. You try the affiliate, you're doing it. You're taking the capital and putting that towards the development of your own product. Now what's next?
Thank you for listening to today's episode. Do us a favor. If this was useful in any way for you, please go to iTunes and leave us a review. Reviews will allow others to easily discover the podcast. If you'd like more information and to receive a free download, rediscover your destiny, go to ceoofdestiny.com. Thanks again, and tune in next time.